Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Hbms mod, and today we are back. And I don't remember what we did last time. I don't even know what we said, so we'll figure out what we're doing today. I'm pretty sure we got up to a new tier of anvil, the steel tier, which is pretty good. We're getting places, so now I have done some processing here. We got some charcoal going, some more charcoal and more charcoal. Charcoal is important. Okay. Steel ingots. What do we need to make today? I don't even know. So yeah, last episode we were very productive. We got this, and this done. Now, I need to figure out what I want to do next so I can figure out how we're going to progress about this. So we want, like, a furnace, firebox thing. So we need a furnace, 8 steel plates, 8 industrial copper, and all of that. And then we'll be able to make some of our first machines, power production, and all of that good stuff. So it looks like we're gonna need 16 steel today, which isn't too bad. I'll just smelt up some iron over here. Get that going. Do I have more iron? If I do. 1, 2, 3. Shove those into here. Now, we are going to need quite a bit of steel and stuff. However, I think we're going to start working on some other things. So, we're going to look for what's known as dead dirt. What is dead dirt good for? Well, it's good for growing these guys. And I'm going to show you all how to grow these things. And now, there's actually something cool I noticed. You can actually press F1 on this and it shows you everything you need to know. But you all are here to watch me play, not some tutorial on how to do things. These over here are very useful plants. We need to chop these down and just take them with me, because I need some string real bad. Like, I don't got any string here. So, I kind of need that. Oh, we have some lava over here. I wonder if we could use that in the fluid heater. Fluid heater. Can that actually use lava as fuel? That would be ridiculous. Now that pink thing over there, you want to stay clear of them. They are not very nice fellas, and I was glad I didn't see any of them over here when we first arrived. But seeing one of them now is not very good, because that means that at any second we could come under attack. And here we got some dead dirt. This is a good thing. You want dead dirt because you can make rubber early game. Yeah, you don't even have to get the cracking tower for rubber. So, getting this is not early game rubber, actually, at all. Because you need an ore acidizer first, and you need a bunch of other stuff before you can... Yeah, so it's not early game rubber. I don't know why I said it was. I also said a bunch of other stuff I don't like. Because it sounds dumb. But, we're gonna find out. We're making progress towards infinite amounts of iron. Iron is good, and having a lot of it is gooder. Now I need to make 8 of these copper plates, I believe, for what we're making. Let's see what it's called. We're making a firebox, so 8 industrial grade copper. We're also making something else, a crucible, which needs also industrial grade copper, so I need 16 of that. I don't actually have much. I had like 4 pieces right there, and that's obviously what I was doing. But I'll show you a new thing today that we haven't done yet, and we should have done a long time ago. So you see all this useless wool? Very useless stuff, right? Yeah, but if you take it and mix it with string, you get cloth. What can you do with cloth? Well, you can pee on the cloth and make it into a makeshift gas mask, which is kind of strange, okay? I'm not exactly sure how well this would work, but okay. But it's good enough to stop coal dust, which is this stuff, which we always get when we mine coal, or lignite, or any type of ore. That is just, look, this is disgusting garbage. Hold on. Oh, that's lignite. I'm making lignite torches. This is kinda, there we go, look at this. Look at this crazy brown rock here. Making smoke every time we mine it. Look at those. You don't want to inhale that, so you want to make sure you peel on some cloth and make it into a gas mask. This trench mask is also useful once you pollute the world enough, because, yes, you can pollute your world, and it isn't great. Here we got some copper crystals. Now, you should probably centrifuge these if you have one, but you probably don't if you're this early game like I am. So we're gonna just smelt them up. So you see this ore here? You don't want to mine that yet. Just let it sit there for a little bit. You don't really need to mine or its drops in the early game, and it's just better to only mine it when you need to mine it, because it is it's used in like so many different things, but like centrifuging it gives you a different thing from actually mining it. Alrighty, we got a good amount of stuff here. We got some iron ore, we got some copper ore, we got some aluminum. But we're making this into fire bricks, so that should do. And we'll probably need more than that. But I don't got a lot of aluminum here. I only got a little bit. I think I'll need to get some more of that. Now, so you see this titanium here. Early game, this titanium is good for tools. But in the late game, you're gonna want this for other more important things than just tools. Now, I don't exactly know what we're gonna be doing for our mid-game or like early nuclear stages. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm considering we'll go ahead and just do everything. Now this aluminum here is what we're looking for. But you see that brown stuff there? That is something we're gonna need in a bit. We're gonna need that because we can turn the brown stuff into ingots of iron, and it's just good. It is amazing. You get 2 ingots of iron for every one of those you mine. So if you mine a lot of those, you are set with iron, and you can find them pretty easily. Of course, you're only really going to use these in the early game, because later on you don't even need to go mining it. Like, you get drills, you don't need to mine. It's also worth noting that everything you know from the 1.12 version is changed here, so yeah, don't expect to be getting bismuth early game. You're not gonna be doing that. You need to do magic to get bismuth, and I'll show that when we get to that. I mean, there's so many cool things we can do. It's just we're still early game, and it's just, mining iron is like the only thing we can do right now, other than, making things, which is what we're working towards. So yeah, I got more than enough copper, iron, and aluminum. Well, probably not enough aluminum, but, I'm gonna just gonna make some more fire bricks of that, because aluminum isn't really useful right now, except once we start making pipes. We don't need pipes yet, though, because we don't even have boilers. We also don't even have a water supply, which is something we probably should have gotten sooner. But then again, we also don't need a water supply, because I don't even know. We don't have boilers, we don't have anything, so we don't need anything. Okay, so we got our copper. That's 2 pieces. I need more than that. But I also got our iron here. Boom. I need some more iron. Just smelt that. Got exactly enough coal. And the sun is undergoing a solar eclipse by one of the clouds, which is probably not how that works. I've also got more aluminum ore here. I didn't expect to have this much aluminum ore. So now, all we need to do is make a furnace and a couple of things besides that. So, and I think all we need is these plates for these, because let's see on the anvil. Show me the anvil. Okay, so yeah, we basically only are going to need plates, I think. Well, let's see here. Yep, only 8 plates for both of them. So that's not bad at all. That's like pretty easy. All you gotta do is make plates, which we still need the burner press to do, because you can't use a steel anvil for that. Okay, so I got it done. We got our plates. The next thing we're gonna need is fire bricks, but we don't need those right away. We're gonna make a firebox, as they are known. So, firebox? Fire? Furnace? I need a furnace for that? I just forgot about the furnace part. Holy crap. Gotta make a firebox, though. Now, the firebox is pretty interesting. I'll demonstrate it once we get something set up that uses it. So let's make a firebox. Boom. Now say goodbye to your blast furnace, because it's basically useless. I'm also deciding to move our base because that area is just too mountainous for me. I hate mountains. Who wants to build on the side of a mountain? That's just dumb. I like this nice open field here. So this is going to be our new base of operations. We're going to move everything over to here once it's all been used. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. So a lot of our fire bricks have been completed. The thing we're missing is copper, but copper we got copper now. Crucible. Crucible's the next step. Crucible. What does a crucible do? Well, crucible does a lot of stuff. Here, I'll even press the F1 so you can see what this looks like. I've never seen this before. Crucibles used to smelt metal ores, ingots. Okay, yeah, we don't. Requires a firebox. Like that thing. That's why we made the firebox. Of course, you can actually use anything that acts as a heat source for these things. Electric heaters, you could use one of those. Of course, my favorite is the steam heater. I like to just use that on everything. Well, I used to like to use the steam, and then I realized how painful that is. Don't use the steam, unless you're taking my challenge from last episode. Tell me how that's going, by the way. Did you decide to try out the steam heater challenge where you just use fluid heaters to heat every single thermal machine in your base? Did you do that? Okay, that's cool. But it's also worth noting that my new favorite heater is the fluid heater because it uses oil. And also, at the time I recorded this, the latest version of HBM mod with the ash pits and all the coolness wasn't out yet. So I didn't use those. And I don't know why I didn't make a heating oven. I love heating ovens. They're better than fireboxes. Why am I using a heating oven? Who does this? Cobblestone. Hey, I'm gonna go cheap, honestly. Cobblestone saves resources. Might as well just do it. Boom, we got both of those. Now it's time to make these, which also require slabs. Fortunately, because would really suck if they didn't. Now this is the part that requires steel plates. So we're going to make 2 steel plates here. And these are for the foundry outlets, because you can't really do anything with a foundry channel. It's kind of useless. And here is our next thing, which these are going to be molds. So we got a mold for ingots and a mold for blocks. You'll want a block of iron or something like that. But don't worry, because you don't lose this thing. When I first made mine, when I made my first crucible, it was not great because I thought I was gonna lose the block, but you don't actually lose the block. So even if you only have 9 ingots or something, you can actually be perfectly fine with that. Now that should be pretty much everything we need, except for one last final thing, which is a template to tell it what to do. Because this machine, unlike any other... Why do I have so many of these? Where do these keep coming from? Where the heck? Well, unlike most tech mods, this one you actually have to tell things what to do with templates, and it's kind of nice because you don't end up making what is it called? Malin when you want to make something else. Yeah, that happens in Tinkers. You want to make Electrum, but you got like you got some bronze in there as well. Oh, you're making Malin or whatever it is. So here we go. This is what you want for this. It's iron production from hematite, which is the rock we're going to be turning into iron ingots. It also yields slag, which is kind of useless at this stage of the game. And of course, because I don't have any electrical machinery, we're not going to be able to make a lot of flux for this thing. We're going to need some charcoal for our flux, and we're not going to be able to get a lot out of this, so we need to get a shredder pretty soon. I think we'll do that next episode, is start getting electrical. Okay, so now we got to hook up the foundry channels right here. That's wrong. Don't do that. You don't use the green side. Most of the time, it's going to be on the red side, from my experience, but I could be wrong. I could completely be wrong here. It's probably on the red side. Of course, if something does ever end up in this tank, it's going to come out this side, so you should probably hook up a foundry channel here. I'm just not gonna, because I don't really care that much. Now, it's super important that you have a channel directly at the end of this thing, because should this thing decide that it's going to get clogged with slag, this channel here will always drain the slag and not anything else. So like if you had it here, it would get stuck. The slag would get stuck here, right? And then you'd not be able to drain iron because this thing is filled with slag. Now the black mold goes into here, and the ingot mold goes into there, and then you're done. You've got yourself a foundry. Wow. Now don't stand in this thing; it will kill you because that is that's just Just logic. So now what do we do? Well, you need to get yourself some sand. Sand is primarily useless in most cases, except this one. Or maybe making concrete, I don't know. Or glass. I mean, it's not very useful in vanilla, I know that much. It's just used for glass in vanilla. Or well, if you use it for anything else, then I don't know what you're doing. You're doing something wrong, I don't know. Now later on, we won't even have to destroy the world for sand. The world will just give us sand from our ore. Okay, so I got 58 sand. I don't think that's enough. I think I'll go with 3 more pieces, maybe. There we go. 64, that's nice. That's not even 3 more, that's more than 3. What was that? That was an explosion. I'm kind of used to having boilers just explode. So, I don't know. I don't think that was a boiler. That was probably something else that I don't want. So here we go. We got flux. 10 flux, that's nice. But that's definitely not enough. So now we need to go down to the mine and collect our ore, which is hematite, which is what we're looking for. And our hematite is just over here. So no need to worry at all, because this stuff is an absolute pain to mine early game, because you don't have vein miner, and it takes painfully long. So I'll see you all in a bit. You can basically find this stuff anywhere, by the way, if you're wondering. You can find hematite and bauxite, which are both able to give you iron. However, the bauxite is actually more mid-game for iron. You're gonna need a combination oven, so you're gonna need to go to the nether. And we're not to the combination oven yet. However, I think maybe we'll make a combination oven soon. That's a good idea. So another thing to know about the foundry is that now that we have now that we have the foundry, you can use charcoal to make steel. Yeah. So you don't have to go mining at all if you don't want to. If you have a bunch of iron, you can make steel from charcoal. This also makes lignite very useful because lignite is only really good for furnaces at the start of the game. However, we can turn it into carbon in the foundry, so you can now make steel with lignite as well. It's just like the foundry is amazing. You want to make a ton of steel? Well, don't use coal anymore. Just use lignite. It's garbage, so you should turn it into something useful like steel. But in my case, I'm gonna be just making some fuel from it. Who's that? Okay, we're fine. And as you can see, the things I planted at the start of the episode have now grown. And it's nice to start farming these things pretty early. So we got this. So we got some more oily dirt over here. Oh, 2 pieces. That's nice. So we gotta plant those. So yeah, we got more of these things, and we also got mustard willow leaves, which are useful for cadmium production. However, we're not there yet. Okay, so we got our flux. Shove in one of those, and probably I have no clue. We'll see how much that gives us, actually. Shove those in there. Boom. Now, I don't know how efficient this is going to be, because we're just using lignite, and lignite's probably not great. Oh, it's giving us 200 thermal units per take. That's pretty nice. So now we got to heat this thing up. Once this thing hits max, I don't know if this thing will even consume fuel anymore, because this thing is actually very nice, and knows when to stop using your fuel. But now you can see this thing's rising, which this means it's heating up something in there. So it's going to be making flux. And we have an ingot of flux, which means that every nugget of that needs 2 of these guys. And then boom, we got iron. And as you can see, the iron just pours right out of there. And boom, look at that. Now, you'll notice I have this guy not pouring because I don't want blocks of iron. That would be bad. Take our ingot out and boom, it can refill again. This guy will open once we need slag to go out. There is another thing called a slag outlet. However, I don't know how that works. And as you can see, it's not burning our coal anymore, which is very nice. So I put a bunch of hematite in there. It's making some iron. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. As you can see, this is pouring out iron. I'm going to put the rest of the flux in there. And then we'll see this thing make more iron. Now you can't stand on the edge, and another thing you can do is toss things in the top. Now that is, I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have done that. I'm probably gonna regret this, but I could be smart and not regret this. You know, I have an idea. You know what, oh, there we go. Hey, I don't have to do my idea. That was nice, okay? But yeah, it's safe to say you're gonna need a lot of flux for this thing, and, That's where trees come in, because you can turn them into flux by turning them into charcoal, mixing them with sand and all that. We've already shown that, though. So yeah, I'll see you all next episode. Goodbye.